Okay, and we are live. Let me introduce my buddy here. And you are unmuted. You can go ahead and speak words of wisdom. I'm Trader K. I don't know what my friend wants his alias to be, but it's aliasy. And we're looking at AMC. And let's see what we got here. So we're going to be looking at technical analysis on the breakout timeline. For the
Can you hear me?
MOASS. Yes, I can. Let's try and keep it PG tonight. Get some kids invested in AMC and do the thing. This is not financial advice. I can hear you. You can go ahead and introduce yourself. I can't hear you anymore, though. Hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Yo,
There she is. What's up? Okay.
not much. How you doing?
Pretty good. I'm trying to figure out where to start. We got a 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minutes sitting up on the 1 minute, 15 minute, 50 minute. Let's go. I'm going to switch screens here. We're going to go to the 1 year, 1 day time scale. All right. So this is what we got. Big screen. So we got a fib up here, the Fibonacci, from the high to the low. And we have an auto support. That's the one in the Discord. If anyone wants to join the Discord, it is on the channel in the link. I probably should have put that in the description of this video. I will after I'm done here. But so we obviously have a huge flag going on the 1 year, 1 day. And auto support measuring from the lows and measuring from the highs is meeting currently. This could change. This could open a little bit. It could close if it just takes off tomorrow. But according to where we're sitting at right now, because of the lower, the coiling of this stock, I foresee 1, 2, maybe a test and then a breakout. This is not financial advice. But that being said, these tips meet at November 23rd. If we follow the trend and the breakout, we are looking mid-November here. The earnings call is the 12th. And you could see we had a call right here on around 5-6, right? Yeah, 5-6. And then right after, we had a hiccup and then a breakout. Serious breakout. There was obviously a lot of short interest at that point. And do you know what we're sitting at for short interest right now? I can't hear you. I don't know if you're
Yeah, there you go. You hear me now?
yeah.
You want to see what it is?
Yeah, you're good.
Last reported was November 2nd, and that was where is it? Come on.
I don't know if the stream got messed up there for a second.
even see where the
I see the earnings call.
Oh, 18.03.
18.03.
Yep, that's what was November 2nd.
Okay, and then what are we sitting at now? Around 16?
Yeah, I didn't pull it today.
Well, let me break this down. So then we got our SAR too. Like,
yeah, I mean the SAR down is sitting at the 4068, which we passed in after hours today. A high of 4, and a low was around 3860.
yeah.
I think was the low in the after hours. I'm just curious to see where it's going to pick up tomorrow morning.
So now there's one day on the 1 year chart. You know, according to kind of what happened in history over the past 2 months, it looks like we have another 1, 2, or maybe 3 green days of.
Then you get your usual Friday.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Sideways Fridays.
Sideways Fridays, maybe a little red. Who knows? But I mean, we're going past that level of resistance at which 727 broke out of. I believe that was today we broke out of it.
Yeah.
We tested it yesterday. Yesterday we tested it close to it, and then this morning we just had a nice breakout of it. But as far as where this thing's going to pick up with the after hour pre-market tomorrow morning, I think we're going to see a little dip down. Based off what I'm thinking, market, I could be wrong, but I think we'll be back in the 37, 38 range market or opening.
We're sitting here right now. Where did we finish? Right at 41.13, 41.15?
41.14 is where we closed on the last can.
Yeah, the bid was 41.14, ask was 41.20.
Yeah, I was looking at the close on it.
Live news on it. We are not really 10.15. The AMC Entertainment shares are trading higher in sympathy with Bed Bath & Beyond and other popular Wall Street bets. Stocks follow announcement from Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know if everybody heard about that. They're merging with Kroger. My good friend here is the one who informed me of that. He found that good information. What should we call you, bro? You could be like anything. I don't want to say any superhero names because of trademarks, but
No superhero here. No, I definitely with Bed Bath and Beyond that help strike up this little after hours thing with top with same action.
Yeah.
Going in along with it. The biggest thing is the shorts we're counting on people not going back to the theaters. I think with the record admission revenue that they've seen in October in AMC, shorts were probably definitely not counting on that, and that's going to be play a big role of getting more attention. I think with the earnings coming up,
yeah, I mean,
the buy pressures, unless there's more buy pressure, not really much. But I think the attention that it's receiving now and the earnings coming up, and the reports that they did in October, I think pick up some more attention to it, and maybe bring some more people buying back into it.
Yeah, and
without that buy pressure.
Adam Aaron's doing a lot of stuff right now. Like he's implementing captioned movies, right, for the hearing impaired.
Yep.
He's what was he thinking about doing? An ETF too, right?
I believe so. Yes.
And
Look that up.
word on the streets were that it was brought up that they were considering. Nothing is final. And don't take my word for nothing, but what I've heard is that there was an offer on the table for them to partner with GameStop. And I know that whenever I went to the movies, one of my favorite parts was going in and playing all the video games. So maybe that whole arcade section will be like popping now, you know? If they did do that, that would probably be a huge thing and bring in like a lot more hangout time in the lobby, or people even going there just to hang out in the lobbies and do stuff. And if you have a share of this stock, you get free popcorn. So you can't beat that. You can't beat it. You would just go hang out, eat your free popcorn with your one share, even if you wanted to play video games all night. And AMC, you know, since it's been beaten down so far, let me go back to that other chart and zoom all the way out. You know, we were trading so low not that long ago in the history of the whole stock that, let me bring this to a 3-year 1-week chart. So bam bam, let's bring it back, bring it back. We saw the decline of this stock, and this stock was trading in 2018, 11.5, 2018, this stock was trading opened at 1908. But if you look at the grand scheme of things and how the market has grown all around, and AMC having been around forever, yeah, COVID hit, but COVID wasn't starting to happen in 2018, you know, and it was already on a decline. And because, you know, certain hedge funds saw this, who will remain nameless, Mr. KG, it was already on a decline, and they figured if they could sneak in and just keep shorting it down, no one would notice, and then they could buy up the zombie stock and do whatever they want with it. But people saw it. People saw it, and people saw it right around, you know, January 25th. They were like, I'm not going to do it. And people started buying in a little bit before that, was the little bit of increase in volume. But people saw that, and then the apes came out of the trees and started buying stocks, and it swung up, and then it started swinging back down. And I think enough people noticed at this point that, you know, this stock could do something because of how damn short it was. And the run up happened. Like, they had to have covered at this point a little bit, but I don't remember what the short interest dropped to at this point. I know that there was a drop in short interest when this big run up to 72 happened, but it wasn't all of their shorts. And obviously, because the stock now settled, you know, almost twice as high as it was trading for a while. If you go back even further, this stock remained, what was it, 27 to 32? Was that the average price? We can't hear you.
2015, it was around $35, and then it dropped down a little bit. A double top between 2015 and 2016, actually. And then we had that drop down in, hold on, I think it was 2018.
Yeah, that's when the decline started, really.
That's when that decline started coming down. 2017, started declining beginning of 17.
Now, do we know when
I've-
Adam Aarons took over as CEO?
uh,
And this is coming from a point of view, not from an ape stand, but from a trader's stand point of view. You know, we're
I
going to
was
give
in
analysis.
2016.
2016.
He took
Okay.
over in 2016.
So yeah, he had some shoes to fill.
For sure, he definitely did. I mean, we saw
I mean, you go to
in 2016 they had that drop down to around $20 and $20, something like that. We saw a nice little run up again up to the beginning of 2017, 35 again, which was roughly what it was traded back in 2015. That was a
yeah.
good recovery. But then after that, it just started that downward trend.
See, and Adam said too. He said himself during an interview on, I think it was CNBC, maybe Fox. I'm not sure. But he said he was questioned about the stocks and what he thinks about the apes, and he said he doesn't even really pay attention to it. He's more worried about the actual fundamentals of the business, which is a great thing. We don't want the CEO to care about his stock price. We want the CEO to care about the company. And that shows a lot, and that shows good fundamentals for the company. And I think that was a lot of why this recovered so great, because it is a good company, and now it's in control of its own destiny. And I think the stock price, I mean, you look at Netflix and Hulu and all these other stocks that are trading in the higher range. I mean, AMC has its own TV channel. It has its own movie production studio. It has all this stuff, and it deserves to be at least trading around this 72 level regularly, if not higher. In my eyes, is what I see. And it's respecting these levels. Like, obviously, we're respecting the levels of the fib. The 618 always is super important. It came back up and it tested that, got rejected. But it's only rejected to this 50 line, the 50% line, and that's measuring from top of the 72 being like the 100. And if even if we measured the other way, like I'll remove this and.
I mean, it's just been hanging around that 50% line, the 37, 27 range. I mean, just kind of bouncing around between the upper 20s to the mid to upper 30s. I had that little run up. Well, September.
And it's
ran
still
up
like,
to
no matter how you measure it, it always falls right on the same levels. And like
It
so we're
does.
now in the 3-year, 1-week scheme of things with this beautiful bull flag going on. Like
This
people are getting
super
nervous
long.
because of the downtrend, but if you're really looking at it, you have let me grab this trend line. I don't know why that's not working.
Yeah, as they say, when in doubt, you zoom out.
Yes.
And you can definitely see it. I mean, you do.
Yeah, we're making higher lows, like that's obvious. And then we're making lower highs right now. You know, it's definitely flagging, especially. Bam, let's move this over a little so we can really see it. It's perfect. Like you couldn't ask for a more perfect pattern. And we're hitting the bottom like of this last scoop here in the 1-week scale of things. And you can see the low volume on this candle, almost a doge, but not quite a doge. And I think we're about to take our next step up. And next step up being one of these next resistance levels that we're looking at. And if
I
you
think the next
compare,
level is what, 40, 45, 61?
well, I'm talking
Like
about
that?
in the bigger scheme. Like,
Oh,
if you're looking at the run-ups, like if the January run-up was a run-up, and then what was that, May?
Well, January you had one, and it tried to. Oh yeah, back in
March.
March.
Yeah, March. And then there was that little run up, and that was like another little test of one of the lower resistance.
Yep.
Almost halfway up, like the candle of the first one up in January. And
The
then
beginning
we
of June
broke
was
out.
at our high.
Yeah, once we broke out of that 23% on the fib, it just broke and broke and broke, and it ran. And that was, some of this was FOMO. I won't sugarcoat that like people were like, oh, AMC is doing it, it's gonna go and it's gonna go. And it got stopped out pretty fast, and then it kind of slowly ran and arched over, and then it sloped, and then it retested just like it did down here. The same thing. It ran in January and then sloped and then tested to March, and it's almost the same. If I was to copy this and then blow it up, that's that cycle pattern that a lot of the other YouTubers are talking about. And technically it's 87 days from point to point. But the market is not predictable enough like that to try and put a day marker on it. I'm not going to try and do that. I'll give you like a month long span where maybe I think it might break out. But I think we are at the bottom of the last hook. We are starting to see a little green. Yes, we might see another red day, 2 days, 3 days, 6 days. It's AMC. It could last 6 months. Who knows? But I'm really thinking that November is our month, that we are going to break out of this and then reach for the $92 level or reach for the like $116 level. And it'll probably settle, and then its new level will be around the 72, and that will be, it'll bounce below. We might hit like 60 something and then bounce back up and hit like 80 something and then consolidate, and then maybe next year sometime we might see another breakout. Who knows? But I don't know or believe right now that we might see a MOASS happen. Like, I guess if it does break this 72, we could see how fast we got pushed off the 72, because we all know that the hedge funds do not want to cover their shorts. If they have to cover their shorts, then this stock will MOASS, and we will be hanging out on the moon kicking craters. But as of right now, I don't know if it's going to MOASS. If it breaks the 72, we might see some shorts covering because they will have to cover their positions. The banks are going to be like, bro, there's no way we're going to let you hold this bag like this. And we saw some videos of liquidation. And you got to think, these bigger hedge funds, yeah, they're going to get wind that stuff's going to cover. They're not stupid. They're rich as hell because they're smart. And they know what's coming, so that liquidations, we saw a couple of videos of that hedge fund that begins with a C and run by the KG guy, his office in Chicago, supposedly packing up shop. But and they would liquidate these assets, so they do have stuff to cover when the time is there, when they have to cover. And they would be prepared for those moments. So all these things are symbols and signals and clues, whatever you want to call it, that the time is coming that they're going to have to cover. But when, we don't know. Or is it going to be little bits at a time as we break out, and then we'll see dips and then rips and dips and rips and dips and rips? Or are all these little rips and these bigger dips them making room to cover at a lower scale over time? And I will say, I know that some people are holding options on this short and holding options long on this, and both directions going to have a ton of IV that go along with it, and they could eat you up. This is a stock that I would recommend buying shares in because it's healthy. Even though it doesn't seem that healthy, when looking at this zoomed out chart, you can't tell me this doesn't look beautiful. And my friend here, he held since Yeah, what was the price then? $9 when you got in, right?
Yeah.
And he's
Yep.
been
And
holding
we
through all
averaged.
these goods and all these bads, and
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was listening to everyone's just holding and holding and holding instead of getting my gains at the highest and playing it. Um, didn't really know as much then as I do now, and I still don't know as much. I'm still learning stuff every day, but I wish I had known, back in June,
yeah, and
this
that's
was
what
running
we're,
up.
that's what we're
That's
saying here is
yeah,
we're all here to make money. No one is here holding these stocks and watching their accounts go into 100,000 and then back down to 50,000 because they like watching 50,000 leave their
I would tell you,
account.
it was hard.
you know.
It was hard. It was hard watching it. That up to
So take those rips, like
lows 50s, and then it went back down. I was like, it's okay, it's coming back.
do you think
Back,
any of
but
these millionaires are really, why this price dropped? Because they sold their top. It's
of
not because
course,
Kenny
of
G
course.
pushed it down. It's because these whales that were holding were like, I believe in this, I believe in this. And then they said, okay, you guys can believe in it. I'm going to keep this money. And the apes were like, no, we'd rather lose money. I'm not saying don't be an ape, but don't be a dumb ape, Be a smart ape. Be the one the from the Planet of the Apes. Like really Dr. Zayas this stuff. And sell those tops, feed your account, then buy
Yeah, for
back in.
sure. I
If you
mean,
like
yeah,
AMC
buy
that
back
much,
in.
buy back in and support it when it's low. Your big buy-ins with your profits from these high areas, if everyone was doing that, every time it went down and it saw a rip, if all the apes were like sold here and it dropped and then bought back in, it would then take off back to the same level because everyone would buy back in and everyone would keep making that amount of money and doubling down on their positions and the stock would
I
be
mean, I
healthier. I
think
think the apes,
holding too at the same time.
yeah, because the
Think
short
about it.
interest.
If every with short interest, everybody is. I don't think we could have seen this really drop more drastically than it actually has. So I think by some people actually holding their force this to kind of hang around in the levels it's hung around for a little while. As well as news catalysts, things changing. But then again, he does its own thing. It doesn't trade with news catalysts, unfortunately. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
The wind could blow the wrong way and the stock goes up. But who knows?
Yeah, like just
Time will
today
tell. I
we
mean,
had a
tomorrow's going.
thousand
Yeah,
good
yeah. I
catalysts, and
mean,
then like some other stock that sells
some other
bath
stock, some other
products
meme stock.
like
Yeah.
merges and AMC goes up, so it
I mean,
definitely.
same with GameStop. I mean, why does a catalyst from stock?
Yeah, and that just
Stock.
shows market contagion is a real thing. Like
Oh, for
another
sure.
thing I want to point out is that like Tesla took off, and then what happened? A lot of EV companies started ripping. It's market
For sure.
contagion. It definitely happens. The sympathy trading happens, and people should watch out for that stuff in a good way. Like if you see a crazy stock you can't afford run up, look for the same sector of a smaller price stock and get your in and get your money and sell that
Yeah,
that rip.
just don't buy the rips and sell the dips. That's
Yeah.
go the opposite.
And like with the EV companies, like that's another thing is that like there's also contagion in different areas of that EV sector. Like if EV cars are all the hype right now because the governments really want this green energy, then the charging stations, the people who manufacture the batteries, the semiconductor companies, they're all gonna start to fluctuate with these car companies. But they're going to be a shorter term play because once they're established, their manufacturing rate is going to kind of level, where the car companies are going to come out with new cars every year. So they're constantly going to be fluctuating all over for years and years to come. Same with the charging stations. They're going to evolve, but I think the actual companies that are producing the cars will be the bigger come ups. But if you're working with a smaller account and you want to work with the companies that are helping produce these things, then try and grab some of those other parts of the sector. There's plenty of money to go around in the market for sure.
Oh, for sure. I mean, market's always moving.
You could have a $10
There's so many
account and buy some penny stocks and bring it up to $100 in just a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
And
yep. True. I'm still curious to see what tomorrow morning is going to hold, though. Like I said, I'm looking at that high of the aftermarket. I don't know what market's hold tomorrow, but as of right now, we're at the low of 38.58 and the high of 43.4. That next level of support or next level of resistance we were looking at before this previous low we were just at was around the 42.60 range, 42.36, I think, which we broke out of after hours. Cool. I'm expecting it probably to come back down towards the low of the after hours around that $38 range morning.
I also want to point out how similar the 1 year chart and the after hours market chart we just saw from just today's after hours. I have them side by
both
side
of them
on a 5-minute, a 15-minute, and a 1 year side by side. And like the patterns, so I trade off of price level and some indicators and patterns, 100% patterns and candle signals. And we can see a 5-minute, a 15-minute, and a 1 year scale. That's a huge jump in time scale, all starting to look exactly the same. And when those charts all start to line up in a super similar way, big things are about to happen. Not saying that it's going to happen tomorrow, not saying it's going to happen next Monday or anything, but we're starting to see some signs here that...
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely coming close to the end of this downtrend. If we a couple more ice cream days, I think break this cycle we were in from the 42.80 range, 42 range, whatever it was. You can get past that, get into this next level, and then I'm looking at that 5.6 again. There, got to break past the 50.26 range.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's three different levels we're looking at approaching. We need to get past this 42.36 and hold past it, and that's the Fibonacci at the 45.61 range. Then back up to 52. I think if it passes 52, I mean, those where this thing can go.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is we need more buy pressure.
Yeah. No.
We've got to have more buying.
100% on that one.
AMC is going to keep putting out. I think their earnings report is going to be probably better. I'm hoping for them to be better than what Wall Street's predicting them to be.
Yeah, I mean, last year, no matter what, everyone was going to have a terrible year. That was...
Oh yeah, I mean, it's when you're coming off something like it, every company took a hit. I don't care who they were. But
Pfizer
had to find ways.
Good, but...
yeah, well, but everybody's found ways to come back.
Uh-huh.
And
that just shows us as like a whole, species. We evolve. We will figure out a way no matter what.
Oh, for sure. Companies don't want to go bankrupt and go under. I mean,
and that goes for the people that are scared to get into the market too, or like nervous, or only hold AMC and they were just told by a friend and they know nothing about the market and they're nervous and they see it going down and their friends in their ear like, just hold it, trust me. Right now is the time to just hold it, trust me. This is definitely that time. If you saw a big loss, you will soon see that come back. And
that's the point I think people are still holding,
Yeah, because
people who did
this dip for so long.
People who did buy in the 50.
Yeah.
$72 high. So I really, some of them actually sold, didn't bite the bullet and maybe thought, at the 72 people who bought in probably thought, hey, 52 is probably the highest it's going to get. This
Yeah.
probably did sell out, and that's probably saw another nice dip off the.
And I'll
Then we
even say,
saw a
like,
little.
my own father, he bought at 42, and then he bought again at 38 to lower his averages, and he's holding right now. And we were gonna have him, my friend. What should we call you?
You can just call me Michael.
All right, Mike was even on the phone call. We were talking to him today. It was running up in after hours, and we were like, should we get him out, and so that he's a little bit above where he bought in, and just wait for the dip and have him rebuy the dip when the rip is about to happen, and just move his stocks into different areas. Because like we said, this is a money making machine, not AMC, but the stock market in general. So there's always something that's moving so that you can take advantage of it every single day. If you're limited by the trader, the PDT rule, the pattern day trader rule, it can limit you. But also, if you're breaking up your account, if you're breaking up your account and not throwing the 100% of your capital in, if you're sure on your plays and you're a confident trader, then yes, worth doing.
But this is not financial advice.
No.
Don't take anything we say to heart. You make your own decisions with your own money. It's all risk, but
breaking it down into percentages is the way to get around. It's the best way to go. Because then, and doing like if you buy something one day and sell it the next, that's not a day trade. If you get out of one stock one day and then rebuy another stock the same day, that's a different name. That's not a day trade. If you close a position and then reopen a position in the same stock, unless you sell it again, that's still not a day trade. So there's so many ways to just keep trading all week long and keep sustaining your capital too and growing it.
That's what you said. I knew you were telling me you were talking to, I don't know if I should mention names, but you were talking to Charles Payne there. It's like he says, you got to keep your money revolving. Keep it constantly moving. Money sitting still is not making you any money.
Yeah, like I have his book sitting
right
out of here, and his average trades are like he has longer investments, yes, but his most profitable trades are in like the 3-month range, and things around that time frame. Obviously he's working with bigger capital, but still same concept, just scale it down.
Same concept, yeah, just different scales, one's higher than the other, but yeah, it's the same philosophy. Yeah, kind of constantly keep your money moving around, and look for plays that are going to be lucrative. Obviously, you can't win them all. It's not like a lottery ticket. You get one and you expect you're going to win every single time. We know that's not going to happen. So
yeah, and just to show the contagion too, I'm going to bring up Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tell me that doesn't look similar. Obviously this little tail
say
here.
GameStop.
And...
Pull up GameStop. It's doing the same thing. GameStop did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
All from that news catalyst
GameStop and AMC are like twins. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean the run up that you had on BBY and BBBY and AMC. Same thing happened with GameStop. They all ran up based off the catalyst from Kroger.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why, but whatever. I mean, it helps me out.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing, is that take your profits when you have profits. Don't worry about what the community thinks. You're not here to impress
No, I mean,
anyone.
you have to do what's best for yourself.
We all want to just make money.
Best for yourself.
We all want to see everyone else make money, because there's too many rich hedge funds and corrupt institutions that are making way more money than us, and we're using our hard-earned money, like, to invest in these things. They're using loans so they don't have to pay taxes back on them.
I mean, I work a job, or 8 to 5 job. I mean, I don't, this is during my off time to earn some extra money for building towards retirement. That's the whole plan, right?
Yeah. We all want to settle comfortably. We don't want to be still, bagging groceries at 80 years old. We've all seen those people, and it doesn't look too happy. I mean, some of them, yeah, they look super happy about it. But I'm not saying that's a bad thing either. Anyone listening,
No.
that But what I'm saying
To get
is,
out there
I want
and
to
work,
be
to me,
hanging out with my kids and my family, and not have to worry about money when I'm too old to make money. And at that point, I'll probably still be messing with the market, just because it's so interesting, and the market will have evolved so much by then. Like, we are living in the golden era of the market right now. Like, look at the tools we have to analyze these stocks, and like, we can execute instantly. We're not handing a piece of paper over a counter to somebody and hoping they get it to the office in time to buy the shares at that price, because by the time it goes up the tube that feeds it with the air, you know what I'm talking about, and then settles where it needs to go, the stock could have already moved. But and there's like trading bots, there's indicators, all these websites, there's YouTube. We are giving you great info here on things that should help you out too. Even if you're not able to analyze, come see us in the Discord, pay attention to what we're throwing up there, and it's not just AMC. We are not just apes.
No, we're not
we're
just
traders.
I mean, I think
we're here to make
traders.
money.
That's it. It's I'm not going to tell you how to make a play, what to do. We'll just like you said, present you the information at what we're looking at, and if you for yourself, go pull up some charts, study the charts. If you have questions along the way, by all means, join the Discord. We'd be happy to help you out.
Yeah, we're always there. And I think we're gonna pretty much leave it at that, and let this all settle in for everyone. And enjoy. Come join us in the Discord. Join the channel. I do have a Patreon up, and if you'd like to support, I'd appreciate that. It helps me keep making content for you guys. And I hope you found some good information here. And that should be it. Mike, you want to say any last words?
I'm just looking forward to the rest of this week, and looking for the next couple of plays, over the night into tomorrow morning. And, like Kevin said, if you guys have any questions or anything, come check us out in the Discord. One of the two of us, all around, always around. So
every day's a new day to make money.
That's it.
All right, guys. Enjoy. See you soon.